Screams across the air, CKM building a radio lair. Star City whispers in the night. Eastern
And I've always been interested in checking this movie out. And I was telling you, Dirk, that we may continue on, doing some more of his stuff. And
Hell yeah,
this
man.
is technically the last movie that he ever made. This was in 1991, made for little to no money at all.
You can tell.
Yeah. The music, especially, it sounded like something they were using, like a Casio keyboard.
Right.
like a demo song on a Casio keyboard was the opening song. Molly and the Ghost, which we checked out for the very first time on DVD, and that's the only way to really watch it. I was looking it up. I think there was some VHS releases overseas, but I
Right.
couldn't find a US VHS release or anything. So I think the Rare Flicks DVD, which is Media
Yeah,
Blasters, is the
this is
only
the
way
way
to
to,
watch it.
it's the way to go. And did you see the previews on here? Like,
I watched a couple of them, yeah. There's a
I wouldn't
trailers
mind.
gallery. It was the only extras that was included on this thing.
Right. Is another one called The Disturbance or some shit. Man, they got some.
They did
Uh,
a box set of a bunch of these Rare Flicks movies, which you would like. This is like $10. This is on Amazon.
mhm.
You'd think it'd be much cheaper once you watch it and look at how cheaply done everything is, but
It's got a
is.
charm to it, though. I gotta admit. I mean, it's
It does, and all the people in this movie, I don't think that any of them had done much anything else. Like I was looking them up, and like this is pretty much their only role.
except what's her name? Ina O'Rourke.
Yeah,
She's the one that played Susan.
she's the Hua Susan.
Yeah, and so she went on to be in the case of John Benet Ramsey in 2016. and
That was a big breakout performance. Yeah,
and she they said an award winning executive producer, but I didn't go that deep into it. But another movie called Nightstand with Dick Dietrich, and and then
Dick Dietrich, huh?
and Fatal Exposure. That looked like another sleazy from '89. So,
Early on in this movie, though, it gets you get the feeling it's going to be like a fucking porno or something.
yeah.
And she bears it all almost immediately and has the oddest shaped boobs I think I've ever seen in a movie.
That's what I call some orangutan titties.
Breast? Were they breast implants or were they? I mean, I would imagine they
think
had
they
to be
were real.
real. Okay,
Yeah, I
'cause,
think
yeah,
they were real.
most breast implants aren't shaped like footballs. So,
Right.
but yeah, she's naked that one time in the movie. Oh, but we'll talk about the movie though. It's
Yeah.
Susan is the younger sister of Molly, who Susan is supposedly I think 17 years old, and comes to visit and stay with her sister Molly and her new husband Jeff.
Yeah.
That looks a lot like Patrick Duffy. Throughout most
Fucking
of,
Jeff. He's like he says it all through the fucking movie. He's like, I don't know. And then Molly will say, well, we need to do this. And he'll say, I know. That's all like, it's like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I know. Yes. Literally within what? Is it 2 minutes of screen time after Susan meets Jeff? She's already like trying to fuck him.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Coming there in a nice lingerie.
Yeah. Dressed up in the lace lingerie, and she's 17 years old. And Jeff is like looking a little bit confused, but he looks like he's kind of into it or whatever
Yeah.
as well. He's like, but I'm married.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's like these line
you're-
deliveries are so fucking shit.
but
But
you're her sister. But and like they start making out or whatever, and then immediately, they don't even get into anything hardly. Like within seconds, here comes Molly. It's like, what's going on in y'all?
Yeah. What
Right.
the hell?
And I wrote this down. My dear sister and my loving husband. It's like Troll 2 level, like maybe even worse
Yeah.
than that
Yeah,
delivery.
the acting is fucking crazy.
The acting is bad. And the way that this movie's shot, too, like, I don't know what kind of, they didn't have much of a budget, but like, there are certain shots in this, too, and I don't know if you noticed this, where they're trying to do some sort of effect on camera, and the video quality degrades like 4 generations or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And it just looks like pure shit.
Are you talking about like when the special effects, they're doing this
Right.
with the ghost shit?
With the gun and the ghost effects and all that. I'm like, what the hell happened here, boss?
Yeah.
Molly decides to kick Susan out of the house. She's missing some of her jewelry as well.
Yeah, she's stealing her shit and going through her jewelry and her money and
and she gets her ticket back so she can go back and live with their mom. And they never really explain any kind of a backstory with Susan and Molly at all.
Right.
I mean, that's not really, I guess, what he was going for with this is any kind of a story.
No, there's just one part where she says to Jeff, she says, she's not my real sister. We adopted her.
Oh, yeah. They do mention that. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we don't even know who her real father is or some shit. But I don't know.
Sends her on her merry way, though, but she doesn't leave. She decides that she wants to go to Hollywood.
Yeah.
And this is just where it goes complete. Like, I'm like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
And she immediately goes to like a bar.
Yeah.
And meets up with this guy that is a Vietnam vet, or that's what he says.
Yeah. And I've known guys like that guy before, They talk all that shit like they done all this shit,
Right,
like,
that he was bragging that he was a professional hitman and all this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she gets the bright idea, hey, I want to hire him to, she doesn't even hire him. She just like kisses him real briefly.
Trying to seduce him. And
hey, give you some of this, man, if you go kill my sister for me. And he's like, sure. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But what did you think about that one scene though? Like as soon as she gets there, she's like she's just standing on the side of the street and there's a prostitute. She's like, this is my block or this is my area. And then these fucking weirdo dudes, man, just start following.
They're chasing her into the bar.
Yeah.
Like comedic relief, maybe they were trying. I don't know.
Yeah, it was weird. But I was like, holy shit. Don Jones, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Don Jones was on some LSD and I don't know, some magic mushrooms around this time. But this movie too, I wrote this down too. You remember the soap opera Santa Barbara? Mm-hmm. Like I was like, this looks like an episode of Santa Barbara that somebody taped off TV. Like,
I do remember that shit. Yeah,
that's the feeling that I got. But so she takes this guy back to kill Susan, and he's a fucking bumbling idiot. He don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's scared to death himself.
He's got that damn machete and a knife, and he's all like, ah.
And it's like goofy. Like it doesn't try to be suspenseful or anything. It's fucking goofy.
Yeah.
And so we go from that to Susan just decides to move back in with him after that. Yeah. Like she promises that she'll straighten up, or what did she say that she's going to?
No, she says she promises she'll follow all the rules of the household.
Right. She ain't going to try to fuck Jeff anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, she, oh God. I didn't know you could do this. And I had a lot of magazines when I was a kid. So she's at this newsstand looking at these magazines, and there's an ad for a professional hitman in
Yeah.
the back of the magazine. And this guy, he's like an Indian looking or Native American looking guy.
Yeah, John.
The Native American John.
Yeah.
And he means serious business. He's a real hitman. You don't fuck with him. Right.
Yeah. He even says, I guess, was they trying to, I don't know what they was trying to do, because he says, capiche at one part. I was like, what
He's
the
like
fuck?
a evil Uncle Jesse from Full House or something. Didn't he use that?
But
So this guy's wanting $5,000, but he's wanting $1,000 up front to take Susan out.
yeah.
So how's Susan going to get this money, Dirk? How's she going to get it? She's 17 years old.
She's going to ask Molly for it. She promised.
She's going to borrow money.
Yeah. Yeah, she promised she's going to pay her back, and she needs it to get into what kind of school are you going to? She says, computer school.
She's going to computer school.
She talks it over with Jeff, and Jeff's like, okay, but she has to pay it back. You know?
At that point, she pays the dude, gives him a picture of Molly, or so she thinks.
Right.
How dumb does a fucking bitch have to be? Like, that's just, what the fuck? Like, I saw, I was like, what the hell? What the hell? So she accidentally gives this guy a picture of her instead of her sister. So now the guy's after her. And of course, I guess it doesn't matter. Ain't nobody gonna fucking watch this movie anyway. Let's be honest. We can give it away. If you do want to watch this, you go for it.
Yeah, man. I'll say check it out. Man, shit. It's
But yeah, like so she gets killed by the guy and comes back as a ghost that basically plays pranks on Molly and Jeff. And then it just goes everywhere. Like after, I'm like, what the fuck?
she's in the afterlife talking to some old woman that's real nice or something. She's like, what did she tell her? She says some stupid shit. Like,
there's a goofy fucking what do they call him? A parapsychologist in this.
Oh yeah. He's got his assistant student, a grad student. That's his assistant. He's filling her up and shit.
There's a song in this too. I would play it on here, but I'm almost positive it would because it's one of those. I think it would because it's on Spotify, and this guy's probably. It's fucking hilarious though. It is on Spotify. The name of the song is "Bang Bang."
Yeah.
And I heard this and I laughed out loud like it was so fucking bad.
That's what the hitman's listening to.
Bang bang! I'll shoot you dead.
Yeah.
It's Dick Hieronymus and Tom Henry is the artist's name.
Damn.
Fuck it. Let's play it on here. Hear that? Now that's some.
Yeah, bang bang! I'll shoot you dead.
Bang bang. But man, yeah, this movie is not really a horror movie.
No,
it's kind of maybe a ghost movie. I don't know what genre you'd put it in.
I'd say like it'd be on some shit like back in the day on Up All Night on USA.
Yeah.
You know, some schlocky, goofy, there's really not no gore either.
No.
And the special effects when the ghost, like she's got like these little shit crawling on her face and then the blood
that looks
come out
like
of her
dog shit, don't it?
Yeah. And they have like shitty blood coming out of her mouth.
There is some great artwork, or at least, it would sell.
Yeah.
it would sell copies because it's a good looking girl on the cover with like a lingerie on or whatever. Kind of like this, but she doesn't have the mask on. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, this is an odd one. I'm not surprised that this was Don May's last movie because after something like it, I mean, I was entertained by this,
I was. Yeah.
but
I mean,
yeah,
I'm glad I got it. You know, it's Don Jones. Like I got a new appreciation for Don Jones, like all the way around.
yeah, me too.
Going through
And
his.
there's only really a couple more that we could even talk. And I don't think either of those is like horror movies.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's cool to finally check this one out. Rare Flicks, which is a division of Media Blasters. Somebody mentioned that, yeah, they primarily do anime now. But back in the day, they did the Shriek Show label, which was badass, man. I don't know if you remember that, but they were one of the early companies to do a lot of that Italian Euro sleaze stuff and gore movies. And that zombie box set with Burial Ground was one of theirs. That was the first time I saw Burial Ground back in the day.
Hell yeah.
So they've been around a long time. They're just not really doing a whole lot of this stuff anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, this one's cheap enough. If it sounds like something that you want to check out, go for it.
I say, man, that scene with the hitman though, I was fucking dying.
Yeah.
I was fucking dying because
Yeah.
it drags on and she's all like, "Look behind." I can't even do the voice, but you know that fucking weird ass voice. Look behind you.
Also, though, when Susan becomes so like towards the end, there's some sort of bullshit where Susan and Molly like change bodies or something, right? And they talk just like the kids from the fucking forest. That same echo, like effect or whatever. And I fucking died laughing.
What about the one scene though with the couple when they're having dinner with Molly and Jeff?
Right.
And that one guy's laughing like fucking Eric Freeman, you know, like fucking.
Who the fuck were them people, by the way? And then Molly's sleeping with the dude at the end. And I was like, who the hell is that guy? I was like, oh, yeah, that's that guy
Right.
that they had a chili dog with or whatever.
Yeah, man. That's
But Molly and the Ghost, yeah, from 1991.
I say check it out. I mean, you know, I can't recommend it to everybody, though.
I want all these people to click everything they're supposed to click.
You haven't been liking them, you haven't been subscribing to them, you haven't clicked the bell or notification or anything like that.
Folks, why don't you click the like button?
Do you hate us? Do you not want to see us succeed?
Why don't you click the heart button?
Is this something that you have against our particular show?
Why don't you subscribe?
You should click on one of them buttons right now if you want us to continue to bring greatness into your life.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit Radio shirts. You can get Last South on the Left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Special thanks goes out to our supporters on Patreon. You know what kind of stuff you can get on Patreon, Uncle Bill, starting at only $1 a month?
What's that?
Access to every Dead Pit show since 2005. We got almost 200 fan commentaries that we've done over the decades.
Here's what other fucking Patreons do. They're like, hey, give us money and then we'll let you see a video early that we're going to release like a fucking week from now, and then that's all we're going to give you. Meanwhile, we have a literal jukebox full of songs, thousands of reviews. I don't even know how many shows are up on there now that we've done over the years.
Hundreds of thousands.
You need to figure this out now and subscribe to us on Patreon and YouTube and Instagram. Help us to 1 million. The road to 1 million subscribers starts today.
So deadpitonpatreon.com. Join today. Tiers start at only $1, but I'd recommend at least the $10 tier.
You can do 50. The stock market's crashing around us, folks, but send us money.